Hey, Jim Jackson, Bill Jackson Ford here in Troy, Alabama, where not only can you get the best price on a new Ford, but we can also get you exactly what you're looking for. We all know inventories are low right now, but don't settle for something you don't love. Come by Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, and let us walk you through the retail order process and get you exactly what you're looking for. So come see us at Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
The all-new Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center brings all of the latest and advanced 3D mammography and breast ultrasound services to the Troy area in our all-new outpatient facility. Dr. Lauren Thorington, along with our team of certified breast specialists, read your mammograms, which are performed by our registered radiologic technologists, bringing the best in women's healthcare to the Troy area. Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio just off the square in Troy.
Hey, Jim Jackson with Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC right here in Troy, Alabama, and we've got some exciting news for you. After a 2-year suspension, GM has now reintroduced the sold order process on the redesigned GMC Sierra 1500 and Chevrolet Silverado 1500. So come in and order yours today and not have to wait 6 months to get exactly what you want. So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
That's right. Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A., brought to you by our great friends at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Trucks. Bill Rice is with us this morning, as usual, and always looking forward to a Friday. Isn't that right?
Yep. My life's different.
Is Friday your favorite day?
You know, I don't work a 9-to-5 job in an office. I work for myself and stay there in front of a computer and write and do research.
Yeah.
So it's different for me than than when I was working for people or myself. Friday's just like any other day.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time getting used to this garment I've got on with the yellow and the.
That's a neat
whatever.
combination.
I don't know. It is. I might swap out the next break we get. I don't know what I was thinking about this morning. I probably should have looked in the mirror a little bit better. But I'm yellow. I'm the yellow man. The yellow man.
From Abbeville, they probably got Troy Cable in Abbeville.
Well, I tell you what, Jimmy Rain is considered the wealthiest man in Alabama. You know, there's not a lot of billionaires that say Jimmy Rain is a billionaire, and he did it with say if it don't say Osmos on the yellow tag, believe you me, you don't want it. That's how he built that.
I got a story.
program.
The rest of the story with that's what made him a billionaire.
Yeah.
But it's the ad campaign that everybody remembers. It was a $1 billion ad campaign, right?
Sure was.
Guten Morgen.
Morning.
All right, hold on now. I'm telling the story. Well, the guy that came up with that advertising and did all those commercials was a fellow named Slat Slayton from Montgomery, Alabama, who was a Sigma Nu with me.
Oh, really?
He's one of my older brother, Rush's best friends. Had an ad agency, super guy, funny, smart, and he did all the Yellow Man commercials. So I know the guy that did the... And he's no longer with the Yellow Man. I don't know what happened. But, for years and years, he did all of those funny commercials.
And that one I was making, and Pat Dye, was one of his best guys out there that says, if it don't say Osmos on the yellow tag, believe you me, you don't want it.
Yeah.
That's Coach Dye talking.
Well, he branded wood, of all things, a certain type of lumber.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure it was a great company before that. And
I don't know if it even goes by Osmos anymore. It probably doesn't. probably need to shut up about that. But you know, I know this, that he's made over he's become a billionaire.
I've heard that.
Selling treated wood. Treated wood.
Well, let's say
whatever the name you want to call it.
You know how much money is in wood and lumber and timber. Just go out to Rex Lumber, 5 miles north of Troy, and look at how big that operation is. I believe it cost them, that family, it's one family from Florida, $75 million to get that thing up and going.
Yeah,
I mean, you talk. Yeah. It's not everybody. That is the biggest startup investment of a business in Troy history. Lockheed Martin did not spend $75 million when they came to Troy.
No way. Something that you say they're from Florida, and one of my favorite places to eat is in Graceville, and Graceville has the best shrimp in the world. I mean, I'm telling you, it is wonderful. It's the Circle Grill in Graceville. Wonderful, big plump of shrimp. But the one thing I notice about it, when you eat there, you hear a loud noise, boom, 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 and you know what?
What?
It's Rex Lumber.
They've got a place in Graceville.
They have a big. That's where their home headquarters is in Graceville. And if you've eaten there at that restaurant, it is wonderful. But the loud noise comes from the.
Well, they have, I think, 3 or 4 plants.
The salt mill.
They were going
to the salt mill next door.
They were going to expand, and they looked all over the southeast. You've got to find a place that has a lot of timber and trees close to you, and close to your. I don't know what the criteria were.
I want to say
but Pike County beat a lot of other contenders, and man, that is.
But like you said up front, you won't find many businesses out there that'll put up that kind of money. That put up their own money.
He had a banker that he probably like Troy Bank and Trust that he trusted, and they trusted him, and. I've met. They are nice, down to earth, regular people. Great, smart businessmen.
And I tell you this: if you haven't been by the mill, the sawmill, or the manufacturer, let me tell you this: you will be overwhelmed.
How big it is.
With how big it is, overwhelmed, and it's on the back road. And you don't.
It runs parallel to Highway 231.
Yeah, it's not far off the bypass, whatever.
Here's where you turn, where the big billboard is that says Troy University, Alabama's most beautiful campus is, right north of the airport.
Yeah.
There's a little church on the right, and then I don't know what the highway is. Takes you to Meaksville, and it's the back way to Lockheed Martin. We'll turn there, and then go about 3 miles, and Rex Lumber will be on your right.
Yeah. Of course, we got a lot going on today. College baseball, and it's big today with most of the playoffs in different regions.
Yeah, you got the regional starting today.
Mike Amos joining us from.
The Boston Celtics came back from 14 down to beat Golden State last night, 120 to 108. Boston won at Golden State last night, so big win for the Celtics.
Well, there's something, no question about it.
Led by a guy that's been playing for years, played on all those great Florida teams. Al Horford last night scored 26 points. Steph Curry had 34 for Golden State. But I watched a little bit of it last night, man. It's a lot more fun to watch playoff basketball, especially the finals. They play a lot more defense.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Every point counts in that,
Yep.
Of course, we've got to visit with Coach Hugh Fountain yesterday, and he's going to be on our show by the middle of the week. And of course, he's getting ready to take, he's already taken over the Pike Liberal Arts coaching job and athletic director job, football coach and athletic director, and they couldn't have got a better one in it. But he's got a real chore in hand, though. He's he's got to get some players, and right now they're limited with players with that have a lot of experience.
That's what you tell me, and I think there's some players that were transferred into Pike LeBlanc that are transferring back to their original schools or other schools.
Yeah, Pike County and Pike County High School and Charles Henson will benefit from these players leaving their school where they just recently won a state championship. But that happens a lot. Once you won a state championship, it sort of tails off with with players that have proven.
Well, Coach Fountain, people come in and want to play for Coach Fountain, and they'll get new players, and that'll be new opportunities for these other guys that might have been second stringers or now going to be first stringers.
But now
it's going to be. It's got 2 years to build it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even play in an area or for a championship until your 3rd year.
And what he told me yesterday was the teams that they are going to play are very good teams, every one of them. I mean, there's not a slouch in the bunch. So Pike's going to play a tremendous schedule next year with teams in Florida, Georgia, and surrounding areas.
I mean, the biggest difference, in my opinion, they'll go up against more speed than they've gone up against ever.
That's right.
Jump into the public school in competition in 2A. I think that's the biggest difference you'll see.
Yeah, I think it will be too. And of course, it's hard to find those big, strong linemen too. And
well, Pilot Lawrence has actually had that.
Yeah,
they've had a bunch of 6'5", 270-pound linemen.
They don't have many. They don't have many more. Let's say that.
I know, but I'm just saying, once you go to the level like a 2A, I mean,
you're right.
Holland Holmes got, I think, 2 guys are like 4 stars.
Yeah, that's right. They building their program.
It's crazy how athletic some of these kids are. Even when they play Calhoun, the last game, Calhoun will be athletic.
Oh yeah. You're right. But he's excited about being in Troy, and of course, I had a great reunion with him. I hadn't been around him much since he left Charles Henderson after 15 or 16 years at the helm, and he has gone to Escambia Academy in Atmore and had built quite a program, down there, and I'm sure they hate to see him go. I call it their loss and Pike Liberal Arts' gain to have a veteran coach to come and run your program, and he's excited about it. I think he's ready to accept the challenge, and he needs some players though. So if you're looking for a great place to play football, head for Pike. It's a good place.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the kids within a 30-mile radius. It's no big deal to drive 30 miles to school. So he'll get some.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing is, I feel like the foundation will be built for years and years to come. I mean, the guy knows how to build programs and knows how to win. I mean, I don't think they could have hired anybody better.
Yeah.
And plus,
I didn't know the job was even open to be hired.
Yeah.
They had originally hired Russ as head football coach and athletic director.
And I talked to Russ. I talked to Russ yesterday.
So we never even realized this job even with potential of coming open.
Yeah.
When I saw it on Facebook, I was kind of shocked. I was like,
he was still considered the interim, coach, and he would have been a great coach, no question about it. But they saw the opportunity to hire one of the top coaches in the state of Alabama, and
he's got such great roots in Troy, and he knows the town, and he's universally respected and liked.
I guarantee you, he could walk down the streets of Troy, and about half the people would know him.
Now his players are adults and have their own families. His former players, and
he's looking forward to another road in his life as a minister. He is a ordained minister, and
Good. He'll be good at that.
Does a lot of speaking in South Alabama, and I'm sure he'll do a lot of speaking in North Alabama or Central Alabama, you know. And you know, he speak. He told me he speaks somewhere almost every Sunday.
Wow.
You know, and I'm sure he's outstanding too. You know, and he's a man of God, and he'll do a lot of things that will enhance the kids at Pike's lives. Both.
Isn't that the most important thing though?
Yeah, you're right.
You got these 4, 5 key years in a person's life when they're 13 to 18. They need to be around people like that.
That's right. You're exactly right.
And then, like we talked yesterday, a football coach is around you 4 or 5 hours a day sometimes for every day, and so he can have that influence. And here's what will happen: these people that played for Coach Fountain 30 years later, like Zach Etheridge, they're thankful that they played for Coach Fountain.
Oh yeah.
They remember those lessons. Yeah. How can you put a price tag on that? I mean, that's Charles Henderson did a great job hiring Coach Fountain,
you know,
and preparing these people because Coach Fountain had a great influence on Zach Etheridge, who's now one of the top assistants in the SEC.
That's right, no question.
Well, I don't know if y'all mentioned it, but breaking news at Troy yesterday, Troy University has hired a new softball coach. Have y'all talked about that?
No, we haven't. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Troy went right up the road and hired a great softball coach from AUM.
Well, and
his name is Eric Newell. All he did at AUM in Division II was go 388 as a coach.
Wow.
300
wins and 88 losses.
So he had the number 3 ranked team the past 2 seasons in Division II softball. Both years they went to the World Series in Division II.
And if you count the number,
he actually won a national championship in NAIA at AUM as well in 2015.
How long has he been coaching there, Mike?
Since he's been there for 8 years.
Yeah. Well, I tell you that is a coup
What's
for
his name
Troy.
again?
Eric Newell.
Eric Newell. Welcome, Coach Newell.
Newell.
Sounds like a great hire.
I tell you what, that is a coup for Troy to get a
He was at a
coach of that.
place I'd never heard before that for 8 seasons called Williams Baptist.
I had never heard of it either, but let's just say this. Think about how many girls softball programs are in these United States of America, and look at this guy's record.
Awesome.
Unbelievable.
Well, and plus he knows the lay of the land, the softball coaches in this area.
Right. Yeah. You're exactly right.
Won 49 games last year at AUM.
Well, you know.
I'll tell you what, he can come to Troy, play in this great Sun Belt Conference that has awesome softball teams, and get Troy to the regionals. And if you get hot and have one or two good pitchers, you could be in Oklahoma City playing for a national championship in Troy, Alabama. And could happen.
Let's hope that some of the people on his team will transfer to Troy too.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of pitchers.
You could definitely expect that, I would say.
Maybe a couple of pitchers.
We just need 1 or 2 in softball.
But I tell you what, Troy's got a good softball program, and it looks like they've got a man that will further enhance that program to greatness.
Well, you know, the team did pretty good last year, and let's take our hats off to the interim coaches, the 2 assistant coaches, because the whole year last year they lost their head coach right at the very beginning of the season, and did pretty dang good.
I would hope that they could keep some of those coaches.
Smart girl from Troy was one of the key ones.
Very good coach too, and I don't know.
Taylor Smart. Newell began his coaching career at Frederickstown, Missouri High School, where he started a softball program, coached 5 seasons. Newell earned a bachelor's degree in education from Williams Baptist, earned a master's degree from Williams Wood University. He and his wife, April, listen to this, Dad, have 6 daughters. Gabriella, Juliana, Adlin, Julian, Jacqueline, and Josephine.
Well,
6 daughters.
There goes our new quarterback at Pike. There goes our new quarterback at Pike Liberal Arts.
Those are daughters.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Wonder how old they are.
I don't know. 6 daughters. That's pretty incredible.
That is.
Well, some of those will be coming. You know, that's what populates our school systems at Pike Liberal Arts and Troy City Schools is the children of coaches, college coaches.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to take a long break. We're going to be back in just a moment.
Had a couple coach they hired. If you look at his resume, it's pretty insane.
But don't settle for something you don't love. Come by Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, and let us walk you through the retail order process and get you exactly what you're looking for. So come see us at Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
The all-new Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center brings all of the latest and advanced 3D mammography and breast ultrasound services to the Troy area in our all-new outpatient facility. Dr. Lauren Thorington, along with our team of certified breast specialists, read your mammograms, which are performed by our registered radiologic technologists, bringing the best in women's healthcare to the Troy area. Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain Grill, but I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio, just off the square in Troy.
Back to our show, brought to you by our good friends at Bird Drugs on the corner of downtown Troy, where they've got the best breakfast in town. And I love their fresh scrambled eggs when you crack those eggs, and then of course the bacon. You can smell it all the way across the square. It is delicious, and the sausage is delicious. The hot grits, it's just a great breakfast at Bird Drugs.
Friendly
every day, but Sunday.
Yeah, go to their dollar discount aisle while you're in there.
Yeah.
And I got some shaving cream the other day for $1.
Now, what color would you think?
The thing you never talk about is the milkshake. It's the best milkshake ever.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'll tell you something else that a lot of people don't know. They've got the best chili dog you've ever put in your mouth. A delicious chili dog.
Hamburger and cheeseburger. Right?
Everything's good. And of course, I think the hamburger is the best in town. Well, let's just say this.
Hey, before y'all come to the beach this weekend, won't you do your son and your daughter-in-law a favor and go by and give me some fresh peas? We can't find any fresh peas down here anywhere.
Well, we've got them here. They've got them.
At Piggly Wiggly.
Yes, sir. Piggly Wiggly's got them fresh every day.
We ate it.
We are getting really good tomatoes from the carousel. The carousel's got really good tomatoes right now. I don't know if they're Slocum or not.
They're Slocum. They're Slocum tomatoes, and Slocum is the nickname is the Red Tops, and the reason their nickname's the Red Tops is because of their tomatoes.
Slocum's famous for their tomatoes.
Well, let me say this: I've changed garments.
Like that,
and this is a lavender. What do you call it? A purple or a lavender that looks light blue this morning, but I had several choices to make, and this is one I made.
You just had extra shirts sitting in your car?
Oh yeah. I do that a lot sometimes. We hope everybody's doing well today on this Friday, and of course, we've had a lot of things going on. Of course, Pike Liberal Arts has hired a new football coach, and
well, let's talk about the football camp at Troy. Didn't you say they had 500 people?
It was a huge crowd. Over 400 were there, and they came from all over the place, and. Last night, let me tell you, I stepped out back, and it was, and I heard this noise, and they're evidently they were trying out some new video on their big,
Jumbo screen?
Jumbo screen at the stadium, and it lit up the entire town. I'm telling you, and if you had gone out there, it made a tremendous noise too. And they can do just wonders with these jumbotrons.
You know, they have added some covering of the seats that spells out the word Troy in the stadium.
Yeah, that's right. They did that to keep them from fading. You know,
Well, it looks
the
really
seats would
good.
fade
It looks
sun.
really good from the road.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I hadn't seen that before. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
new. I think it is new.
Well, they have everywhere they have the red chair back seats, and that's what they're going to have in the new baseball stadium is red chair back seats. But you know, to keep them from fading in the hot summer sun, you know, it's pretty smart.
You know, Miss Hawkins told me something when I did my story on the transformation of the campus. I said, "What's your wish list? What do you want to do next?" And she mentioned she would like to put some kind of bricking or exterior cover on that big, huge press box that would pretty up the stadium.
Huge press box.
Yeah, the exterior of the press box. When you're sitting in the stadium, it just looks like a cement color, you know. That would be really awesome if they could do that.
Yeah. You know, the SEC baseball tournament started, and listen to this, Mike. Tennessee reliever Ben Joyce.
Not SEC baseball tournament. That's over with.
Well, well, excuse me. The NCAA playoffs have started, and Tennessee's got a kid named Ben Joyce, who is
105 miles an hour.
105 miles per hour. He says with Joyce coming off surgery, Tennessee had used the right-hander out in the bullpen, except for one start. He grabbed attention early in the season by hitting triple digits in regular fashion, and had thrown 379 pitches that measured more than 100 miles an hour, with 111 as being the top speed he threw.
Wait, I've never heard of anybody in my life throwing a baseball 111 miles
It
per
says
hour.
right here more than 100 miles per hour, with 111 of those topping 103.
Well, I got to watch this kid.
And Joyce has hit 104 with 7 pitches in relief this year. So the game clock, listen to this now. The game he clocked at 105.5 miles per hour. Joyce actually threw 3 pitches over 105 miles per hour against the Auburn Tigers. How would you like to stand up there, ladies and gentlemen? This is unreal. I mean, the ball's coming in there 105 miles per hour. The most college pitchers might see 90 or
91 would be top, 94 maybe.
That's right, but this guy throws it. What you call it? Throws heat. Would you say heat or?
Well, I mean, you just rarely hear of anybody that could hit 100 or or the high 90s. What did Nolan Ryan throw it? Probably in the high 90s.
Yeah,
he might have hit 100 a few times.
Yeah, Nolan hit 100 a few times, I'm sure.
Right. Randy Johnson, the big unit, threw 100. They always said Bob Feller close.
Oh yeah, he did. That was back a long time ago too. He's 6'5".
Have y'all been enjoying the covers of the Platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II?
No, is that what's going on?
Yeah,
I've been hearing about it.
70 years of the Queen.
She's been very graceful, very graceful.
70 years as the Queen, so she was 26 when she was.
But we start talking about the Queen. People are going to start changing the channel, Mike. Changing the channel. Tell us a little bit about golf.
People are interested in the Her Majesty the Queen.
Do you
remember the ratings that Princess Diana's wedding, Prince Charles got? It was the world was just.
But right now, I'm not concerned about it. I'm concerned about today in L.A. This guy is 6'5", weighs 225, and he's led Tennessee to a 53-7 record.
Tennessee's
That's
awesome
pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. Alabama beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
And Alabama also took 3 of 4 from Arkansas, who's I think ranked 5th, and Alabama did not make the regionals. Kind of sad situation there, in my opinion.
But I would like to.
Yeah, Davis Riley out of Alabama is tied for the lead at Muirfield Village.
That's
Riley,
right.
probably one of the best golfers on tour this year. He's, I think, finished top 10 5 times.
Isn't he he's a rookie, isn't he?
Yeah. And
no, he played last year, I think. Or maybe he played on the Corn Ferry Tour last year. Maybe he is a rookie this year.
all right, I want to go down this college schedule of baseball games. That only the ones that affect us. But Georgia Tech is playing Campbell. Tennessee's playing Alabama State today in Knoxville. You've got Georgia Southern playing University of North Carolina Greensboro. That's where
Georgia Southern hosting their own regional, which is huge.
Yeah, they were 40-18 on the year. Texas and well, it's not anything. They're playing. They're the #1 team, 42-19. Louisiana Tech and Dallas Baptist. Louisiana Tech's got a good program, 42-19. Taking a look at a few more. Coastal Carolina out of the Sun Belt, 36-18, is playing the University of Virginia. I'll guarantee you Carolina will win that thing. They're pretty good. Texas A&M against Oral Roberts. Let's see here. Louisiana out of the Sun Belt, and they're pretty good every year. Louisiana Lafayette, and they've got a big game against TCU. Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana won the Sun Belt tournament in Montgomery.
Yeah.
You think back at like La Tech. I wonder why La Tech was not in the mood to go to the Sun Belt as well.
Yeah.
They would have had so many natural rivals in the Sun Belt.
I don't think the Sun
They
Belt.
had a legendary women's basketball program back in the day.
Yeah.
Football
Oh yeah.
was really good.
Yeah.
Basketball.
They have a good.
I
real good
read
program.
somewhere that the Sun Belt didn't want them, or the other Louisiana schools didn't want them in there for some reason.
Yeah, and surely all it takes sometimes is one guy that is disgruntled, and you mess all of it up. Looking at some more pairings in the college baseball, Florida 39-22 versus Central Michigan 42-17. Let's see, Gonzaga is in the baseball tournament. I was trying to find some more local teams. Texas State out of the Sun Belt is playing Santa Barbara. Texas State.
You got 4 teams out of the Sun Belt playing in it. You got Lafayette. You got Texas State, who won the league outright. You got Georgia Southern, and then you got Coastal Carolina, and then you got 9 SEC teams that made the tournament.
Boys, this is a huge tournament too, and this is something that I hope Troy will get into every year, at least in the playoffs.
Well, Troy's been in it over the years. Just Troy can never win the big Saturday game. If you can ever win Saturday game, of course you got to win Friday first. But if you win Friday and you win the game on Saturday, that's when you have double elimination. After that, you'd have to get beat twice on Sunday to not go to a super regional. And Troy's just never won the Saturday night game.
That's it. That's all you got to do. You found the key right there.
Ole Miss is in the tournament.
And if you had two great
Arizona.
pitchers, you could win both those games.
LSU.
Yeah, the best shot Troy had was in the regional in Tuscaloosa. They had Felix on the mound on a Saturday night. Alabama and Troy were 2-2 going in the 9th inning, and Alabama's catcher hit a little bleeder up the middle, and they scored the winning run, and Troy got beat. That's the closest they ever came to winning Friday and Saturday night.
Who was the coach for Troy then?
Bobby Pierce.
That's pretty dang close right there. Troy takes that game, they probably win that regional, right?
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah, they won the next day against Southern Miss again, and then played Alabama again that night. But they were going to have to beat Alabama twice. They were going to have to beat them that night on Sunday, and then if they won, they would have gone to Monday. Alabama blew them out.
Mike, I don't think there's any argument here that Bobby Pierce should have been a long time ago the Alabama baseball coach. He was as good a baseball coach as they could have ever found, but and he had played at Alabama, had several hitting records at Alabama, and you think about it, Alabama's program has been down ever since.
Well, they had it going on when they had the coach from Louisiana.
Yeah, Jim Wells.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
Alabama led the nation in college baseball attendance, I think,
Yeah.
and they were in the College World Series about every year.
But I tell you what, though.
And then when Wells stepped down, I think that's when they could have hired Bobby Pierce. It's been a slow, gradual down.
Pierce was an Alabama guy, you know, and
Well, Johnny Williams was there as associate athletic director at the time, working under Mal Moore. And the story is that Wells retired and decided that he was going to, no longer coach Alabama's baseball team. But then when Bobby Pierce looked like was going to be the choice to be the head coach, he unretires and ends up coaching a few more years and has Mitch Gaspard on the staff as the coach in waiting. So that kind of just ended things for Bobby Pierce there.
Yeah. But I think Bobby Pierce is still a young man. I think he could coach in college right now. You know, he's a good coach.
Well, he was at Chipola last year.
In fact, you could, a college could get him and his
they get him and Coach Smart again.
That's right. He and Coach Smart again. That'd be a pretty good staff, wouldn't it? But
yeah, I mean, I would tell you a job that if ever came open, Pierce and Coach Smart would both probably want is the West Florida job.
Oh, I know.
Who coaches them in baseball?
And that's a real good program.
That's a program that Pensacola though eventually has to make the jump to 1AA, I would think at least. You want to win a national championship in football Division II.
And you said some other program is going Division I, that like Stephen F. Austin or somebody like that. Who did you say was going Division?
Yeah,
Stephen F. Austin's already won 1A in every sport except football. I don't know who else said was going.
One in football. Yeah.
But you're talking about bringing fans to a game. This Tennessee reliever that throws at 105 miles an hour, fans want to see that. And the ball has to be just bouncing when it comes in there, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at SEC baseball coaches' salaries yesterday, and the highest paid coach in the SEC is actually at a private school. Vanderbilt pays their coach $1.7 million in baseball, and then the Tennessee coach makes $1.5 million.
Yeah.
Interesting here, right? Blake Bohannon, the head coach at Alabama, is the 13th highest paid coach in the SEC. Or the lowest paid coach in the SEC. He only makes $475,000 a year at Alabama.
Well, he's not going to be making that.
He makes what at Alabama?
$475,000.
Oh God, that surprises me. I would think they would pay their coach a lot more than that.
Pay at least somewhere, $600,000, $700,000.
How long has he been at Alabama?
3 years.
I got a feeling they might have a plan for him, and that might be open up the door and let that guy go.
Well, the Auburn coach makes $1 million.
I know
the Auburn coach makes $1 million, and the Alabama coach makes $400,000.
I know it, yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
But you know what? Auburn's got one guy on the staff not even taking any salary. Did you know that? He doesn't even take any. He doesn't even make a salary. He's a full-time coach, and they got him free.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Gabe Gross can be college head coach one day.
Yeah, Gabe is a wonderful young man too, and really.
But I'd be interested one day though if Thompson, their coach, left or started losing games, if Gabe or Tim Hudson would get that Auburn job.
Yeah. Boy, I'm looking forward to go there and watching our Troy guy pitch in the SEC. I'm excited about that. Nelson, yeah.
Wonder what Drew's doing.
Responsibility to see him pitch against Troy.
I know it. Oh yeah.
I wonder if he's pitching in American Legion this summer, or if he's just taking a break.
Well, there is an American Legion game in your nephew is pitching in it tonight or this afternoon. American Legion Post 70's got a game at the Pike Liberal Arts School, 5 o'clock.
Hey, I want to ask you about this Tennessee guy that can throw it 105 miles an hour. What's his ERA, and is he? You just assumed that nobody can hit him, but has he had a good season? Does it say?
Does he walk? All right. Let's see.
Does he walk a lot of batters, or?
As a sophomore, he started 5 games. Well, that's when he started some games. It doesn't really say anything about
his ERA. That's the way you look at pitchers, is their earned run average. If it's
what's the guy's last name?
Ben Joyce, Joyce.
Okay.
And they say he regularly throws 103 and 104. You know, I mean that's his basic pitch is 103.
Is he draft eligible this year?
Yeah, he could have gone. Yeah, most time they wait till after. Well,
you gotta wait after your junior year.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's a sophomore, or is he a junior?
He's a sophomore. Well, he'll be a junior. He transferred. Well, he's a junior college transfer, and and they said at the time he needed Tommy John surgery. And how many times have you ever heard somebody say
his ERA is 2.51?
All right, so
actually not as low as
people have touched it. They've touched it.
They've touched it. They've hit it. How many strikeouts does he have per inning? That's the ratio I look at.
He's got 47 strikeouts and 28 innings.
So, Drew Nelson has a much higher strikeout per innings pitch ratio than that guy.
Yeah. But
they got a starter for Tennessee. Listen to this. This is pretty crazy. He's 9-0. Chase Dollander with a 2.21 ERA, and then they got two other starters with a 2.6 and a 2.6. They're 8-1 each.
See, this guy's a middle reliever, and
Tennessee has got a phenomenal pitching staff. It looks like.
Well, we always talk about you got to have 2 great pitchers. It sounds like Tennessee has 4 great pitchers.
You're right.
Tennessee looks like they've got to be the overwhelming favorites to win it all.
Yes, you're getting these double elimination.
As far as I know, in baseball, Tennessee's never won a national championship in baseball, I don't think.
Well, Tennessee actually needs some good news. Sorry if their football team's been for 20 years.
Oh, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Poor old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Where's that coming from? That old guy over there sitting in that chair did that, didn't he?
Rocky Top, you'll always be. Well, that gets me thinking about the songs that you associate with one state.
Rocky Top's a good one, isn't it?
What is the most famous 5, Michael? The most famous 5 songs about a state in the Union of all time.
The same state?
No, the musicians sing about, the song is about one state. And
Sweet Home Alabama's got to be.
Well, my home's in Alabama.
That might be in the top 10.
Yeah, I think Sweet Home Alabama's bigger than that, though.
Sweet Home Alabama.
I think Sweet Home Alabama is
Sweet Home Alabama is a song all over the world.
And it's an iconic song that everybody loves. Yeah. So it might be number 1, but I would say maybe Ray Charles, Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia. Yeah, Ray Charles sings Georgia. Willie Nelson sings Georgia.
Yeah, I heard. He gets better. I tell you, he's a great singer.
What about really John Denver's West Virginia song? West Virginia. As an Alabamian, I like it that our state has one of the most, arguably the most.
Also got a Rocky Mountain High.
But that doesn't mention the state. Well, it does, but it's not really the Colorado anthem. Might be, though.
I don't know.
And then you got a city. If you were gonna,
I gotta take Sweet Home Alabama.
Hey, how about the Alabama Jubilee? The Alabama Jubilee.
what about a city would be easily? Wouldn't you agree? New York, New York by Old Blue Eyes. Frank
Yeah,
Sinatra.
that was it.
I love it. They play that after the end of Yankees games. That's great.
Yeah.
Although there's a lot of songs about. One of my favorite artists of all time is Billy Joel, and he has a great song called "New York State of Mind" that is.
Yeah. I like some of his early music. I liked him better during the his early career than now.
You like Billy Joel?
I like Billy Joel, but not.
Tennessee was actually in the College World Series last year, so I guess we should have realized that Tennessee was going to be really good.
Of course, the SEC champion, coaches will be having their meeting soon.
I think no, they've already had them this week.
They were down there with you. Did you see any of them?
I went to Destin one day, but I did not see anybody.
I was talking to my wife and
Feinbaum was doing his show from down there.
we had supper with Liz and Frank Fryer. It was Liz's birthday yesterday, and we ate at Trojan Mexican.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
But we were talking about the beaches, and they showed Lane Kiffin on the beach being interviewed by Paul Feinbaum at SEC days. He was on some balcony overlooking the beach.
Yeah. Did you know?
And I said, I wonder what he thinks about the beaches of the Panhandle of Florida compared to the beaches of California where he grew up.
Yeah.
And Frank said, yeah, the beaches of Florida are much prettier. They are, aren't they?
Yeah, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back to more of Today in L.A. on this Friday.
Hey, Jim Jackson, Bill Jackson Ford here in Troy, Alabama, where not only can you get the best price on a new Ford, but we can also get you exactly what you're looking for. We all know inventories are low right now, but don't settle for something you don't love. Come by Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, and let us walk you through the retail order process and get you exactly what you're looking for. So come see us at Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
The all-new Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center brings all of the latest and advanced 3D mammography and breast ultrasound services to the Troy area in our all-new outpatient facility. Dr. Lauren Thorington, along with our team of certified breast specialists, read your mammograms, which are performed by our registered radiologic technologists, bringing the best in women's healthcare to the Troy area. Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio just off the square in Troy.
Hey, Jim Jackson with Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC right here in Troy, Alabama, and we've got some exciting news for you. After a 2-year suspension, GM has now reintroduced the sold order process on the redesigned GMC Sierra 1500 and Chevrolet Silverado 1500. So come in and order yours today and not have to wait 6 months to get exactly what you want. So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Summer starts now with our Summertime is Drop Time clearance sale. Yes. Pick your car. Pick your payment. New and used cars. Trucks and SUVs. Over 200. Clearance price. Take home $350. And you could be driving today. Nobody beats a premier deal. Nobody. Summertime is the famous Drop Time clearance sale. A premier Troy. All new Rams and Jeeps. Our clearance price. That's right. Clearance price. Get hot summer savings and save thousands. We have over 50 new vehicles clearance price. Nobody beats a premier deal. Nobody.
Give us a Braves update, Mr. Amos.
Well, right now, the Atlanta Braves are number 2 in their East Division, trailing the New York Mets by 2.5 games. So they're way back.
2.5 or 10.5?
Excuse me, 10.5. And of course, not too good right now. But they're I'm sure trying to
The
get a
Braves
streak
are under
going.
500. They're 24 and 27, you said?
Yeah, Milwaukee leads the Central Division with 2.5 games over St. Louis. Well, West Division, Los Angeles, 3.5 over San Diego. And that's the way the National League looks. The Yankees are having a great year. They're 5.5 up over Toronto in the East. Minnesota is 5 over Chicago, the White Sox. And West
The
Division.
Braves can't get over 500. They've been struggling this year.
And the West Division has Houston 5.5 over Los Angeles. Houston got quite a team, don't they?
I would not know.
They've been good. They've been good ever since they joined the American League.
That's right, exactly.
It's crazy.
You're exactly right.
I mean, when they had Biggio and Bagwell, they had some pretty good teams.
Well, let's just say this. I don't know how the attendance runs, but it doesn't seem like that that baseball is hitting any high marks. Do you think?
Well, I think of inflation is the story in America right now. It's rampant and it's getting worse. And so you're worried about paying your electric bill, your gas bill, fueling up your car, all going to paying groceries. And are you really going to take the family to a Major League Baseball game where you got to pay $10 for parking? You got to travel to the game, which costs gas. Then you got a $8 beer and a $6 Coke and the $6 hot dog, and then I don't know what the tickets are. No,
you're right.
But some people are doing it.
The best thing is to carry some Gatorade in your purse. Don't buy a drink.
All right, here we talked about that over the break, but we mentioned famous songs about states. In Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama is number 1 on Spotify plays, which is downloaded music. Over 306 million people have downloaded that song to play.
Is that amazing?
Leonard Skinner's originally from Florida. The song Sweet Home Alabama was released. The song was written as a joke by Skinner in response to Neil Young's harsh view of the South and Southern Man, a song he sang. Skinner was actually a bunch of Neil Young's fans, and Young later said he preferred Sweet Home Alabama to Southern Man, his own song. Number 2 is a song I've heard before, but I don't know it very well. A guy named Johnny Horton had a song that was a hit called North to Alaska. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
No.
I remember that. North to Alaska, yeah.
Go ahead, though.
It was number 1 on the
I didn't bop to it, I don't believe.
Before my time.
Well, look.
A song about Arizona is a famous Eagles song. I like a lot of Eagles songs. Take It Easy.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a stretch to say that's about it. It's got one little line where the Glenn Fry mentions what
Street corner in Winslow, Arizona.
Yeah.
But Michael,
but I love that song.
You know, you say Sweet Home Alabama, but how about the song that says, well, my home's in Alabama?
Well, let's see if it's made the list.
This is what people do on Spotify. Arkansas, Mary Queen of Arkansas by Bruce Springsteen. I don't think I've ever even heard of that song. 1972. California Love. I mean, y'all don't listen to hip hop, but that was a big song. Number 6, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High.
You mentioned it.
So Rocky Mountain High is ahead of West Virginia, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see, number 8, The Delaware Slide by George Thorogood and the Destroyers. I don't know if I know that song either.
I know. I think we're
Will Smith, of course, he used to be a singer, rapper, / actor. He had a song about Miami. I remember that was popular.
I don't remember that. Let's get off that subject.
Number 10, The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah, that's good. You're right.
That on the jukebox.
But the tops are Georgia on my mind. It should be at the top of that list.
Yeah, it's not on there though.
Well, that's just the way that they downloaded them. I mean, when people think of a state, they think of Georgia on my mind and Sweet Home Alabama and the John Denver, West Virginia song.
Yeah.
Here's another one that just came to my mind. You like this band, Mike? The Beach Boys, California Girls. I was just listening to. I wish they all could be California girls. And I like when he talks about the girls in the South. What's
we'll
he say?
Talk about anything on this show. But
the Southern girls and the way they talk, they knock me out when I'm down there.
But you know, again, I like the version of My Home's in Alabama.
Alabama.
That's different than Sweet Home Alabama, isn't that right?
Well,
you got Stars Fell on Alabama too.
Stars Fell on Alabama.
That's a beautiful song. Have you ever heard Jimmy Buffett's cover of that song? He does a great job with it.
Did you know that's Jacksonville State's fight song? Stars Fell on Alabama. Yeah, that's their fight. Their main song is.
Look up when was that song written? It must have been an old standard from the 40s or something.
Stars Fell on Alabama.
I will say Birmingham's mentioned in a lot of songs too. Randy Newman's got a really pretty song, Birmingham, prettiest city in Alabama.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Tom Bomb plays that a lot.
Do you know that Five Bomb is on?
Really the music.
Michael, did you know Five Bomb is on the radio from 2 to 6 every day?
In Troy?
Yeah, 2 to 6. Five Bomb.
On the SEC network too. Five Bomb is huge these days. So I remember him when he was just a Birmingham Post Herald journalist.
That's half their listening audience right there.
I tell you what, I've met him several times, and he can't be more than 150 pounds. He is a skinny guy.
Yeah, he is.
Tiny. He's kind of tall, but I mean, he's probably 5'11", 150 pounds.
He's super skinny. You're right. Now here's another question. Name bands that that are named after states. I can only think of two. Kansas and Alabama. Isn't that funny?
Oh, shoot. I'm sure there's some more like that.
Well, have you heard a band called New York or of Nebraska or not even Texas?
Yeah.
Garth Brooks is playing for Texas Stadium, the new stadium in downtown Birmingham, and they're going to have parking issues, shuttles, bag policies, road closings. He's playing June the 4th. So that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow in Birmingham.
Garth Brooks, these USFL games have been having 180 fans, and Garth Brooks will have 45.
They were sold out within about an hour.
I mean, but how many? 50,000?
45,000.
45,000. Is that how much the stadium holds?
Yep.
Yeah, 7 o'clock show tomorrow night.
And they sold out.
I was at a concert in Legion Field that the Rolling Stones played, and they had 75,000 in Legion Field.
I had to jump all over Michael. You know, he was a big Grateful Dead man, fan, and he'd go all over the place.
I still am. I just went to Chattanooga about 3 months ago.
Well, look. Well, get that sticker off my truck.
You got one on your Grateful Dead?
Well, he's done that before. Grateful Dead.
I had a GD sticker.
Yeah, he had a GD. We don't want no GD sticker.
He didn't like that I had GD.
But it was a reference to Grateful Dead, not what you think it was.
No.
Actually, on my car down here, I have a GB.
Yeah.
What do you think that stands for?
I don't know what.
Graydon Beach.
Graydon Beach. Well, listen, tell us about Graydon Beach. Are y'all going to go swimming in the morning?
I don't know. I'm about to go out there after the show and drive the truck down there just to see what the water looks like. I've heard it's real pretty there. We had some friends from Birmingham that were in town. They got a place near Seaside, and we had dinner with them last night.
Now, Mike, explain something. How that you are able. You have a tag that says
we got a beach permit that you have to put on the back of your truck to let everybody know that you can legally drive out there on the beach.
Who enforces this?
If not, it's a $500 fine.
Well, who enforces it? Do you ever see anybody been?
There's beach officers down here called code enforcement, and they're on the beach on trucks.
Are they serious? Serious about it? Will they run people off?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you go too fast on the beach, they'll $500 fine. Yeah.
Oh man, and they can legally do that.
Yeah, that's their job.
Now by
By the
you.
way, a Garth Brooks ticket tonight, Bryce, would cost $91 just to get in.
Gosh.
To Birmingham tonight, is that right?
You talk about inflation, $91 for a ticket.
And you know, most of these fans are middle-aged fans.
Yeah,
aren't they?
they're older. They're the only ones that can afford it.
But you know what? Those motels will be jam-packed full. I guarantee you won't be hardly a room in
Last
Birmingham.
concert I went to was Billy Joel. I love Billy Joel, and he was going to be in Nashville. And I said, well, honey, I've never even been to Nashville. Let's go. She didn't love Billy Joel as much as I do, but she does now.
Yeah.
So we went. And we had a weekend in Nashville,
well,
downtown
that's fun,
Nashville, which
yeah.
was fun. And but I was looking, and Billy Joel sells out every concert he does. But everybody in the concert, my wife was probably 33 years old at the time, and she was the youngest person in the concert.
And Mike, I want you to know this, and nobody could believe this, but the concert I went to at the beach the other day did have the original band that you were.
No, that was not
Yes.
Who. That was the Guess Who.
well, tell me about the Guess Who. The Guess Who is.
The Who would have had. I mean, a legendary. I mean, like you're talking about a legendary band. You know, the Who is like almost a step down from the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. You've got the Who.
Yeah, I promise you.
That's Pete Townsend and
Mike. It was a day concert.
Roger Daltrey. You saw the Guess Who, whose famous song is "No Sugar Tonight." My coffee.
The Guess Who's pretty good though. Yeah, but it was the Guess Who.
But I'll tell you what, it was a 1 hour deal, Mike, and they came in there and they got out of there and they were the Guess Who.
That's good. Yeah, I like the Guess Who.
Yeah, I mean they had some big time hits. The Guess Who is actually a Canadian rock band.
All right, let's talk about the big bands. Here they are. It was the Beatles. Not far behind them, though, were the Rolling Stones. And then it was the British Invasion. And then it was the Who. And then a band that does not get enough credit, but they are fantastic, is a band called The Kinks.
Let me tell you, what was your number?
They were good.
What was? Tell me your number 2 group.
Was the Rolling Stones.
All right, listen to this. I was a senior in high school, and they the song was "I Can't Get No Satisfaction," and it was a jerk. It was a jerk song.
That came out when you were a senior in high school?
I can't get no satisfaction, and the other one was what was his other early hits of the Rolling Stones? I can't get no satisfaction.
You know, Mama's Little Helper. I see a red door and I want to paint it.
Well, I could just remember two big songs, but I know a lot of people out there that could recite every one of them.
Well, you watch. Talk about. Let's switch over to movies. And soundtracks can make movies. The scene I remember from Apocalypse Now. Remember that one? They're on the river in Vietnam, and then they crank in. They got a tape and they put it in, and it's the Rolling Stones. I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
Yeah.
And they're actually water skiing down the river behind their PT boat.
They had another big hit song other than I Can't Get No Satisfaction. There was another big hit by the Rolling Stones. What was it?
Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
Wow, they got so many.
No, early. It was early in their career.
Early in their career.
You know, back when I was growing up.
Well, you
can't always get what you want. It's huge.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, that's in the Big Chill soundtrack. Mike loves all that music, but I don't think he has the Big Chill soundtrack, which you ought to get. You would love it.
You know, I'll tell you right now, if I had tickets, I'd go to that concert. I liked him. You know, I liked him, and there's going to be a lot of rednecks in town, though. I'm going to tell you what. Or if you call it cowboy boots and
I gotta say,
all right, Dad, you went to see the Guess Who. I'm on the website. It was the Panama City Beach Mardi Gras Music Festival.
Yeah.
From February 11th to the 12th, 2022. So you saw the famous Swinging Medallions at 12.
Yeah, I saw the medallions. Yeah.
And after that, the headliner was the Guess Who. So we're officially officially know this is the Guess Who.
All right, and so it was the big band then, wasn't it?
No, the Guess Who, not the Who. Who is just the Who.
Well, regardless, I'm looking up.
The Guess is Guess Who.
Okay.
And after that, the Heat and the Zydeco's played.
Yeah.
So you went to that's who you saw.
Yeah.
They're a good band though. You know, another good band was America. You know, they're not named after a state, but they're named after our country. They had some good songs. The first song, I think, didn't America sing the song? Mike, you tell me.
Well,
I've been through a desert with a horse of no name. It's
I
good to
can't
get
remember.
out of the rain. I think that's America. But here's why I mentioned that song. The very first song I can remember in my life was that song.
Oh, me.
I was probably 5 years old, and I remember being in my mom's Buick car in Fort Myers, Florida, and I heard the song, and it registered in my mind that I like this song. And so I think it's the first song I ever really remember, you know?
Oh, boy.
Wow, the Mardi Gras parade, they're showing video of this. This is a big-time Mardi Gras parade at Pier Park in Tennessee Beach. I'm going to take my girl.
This weekend?
No, the one you went to.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was
like
there.
a big-time parade, a big
Yeah.
show.
Well, let me ask you, what is the first song y'all remember when you were a kid that sticks out in your mind when you were a small child?
Probably my home in Alabama. We loved a lot during Christmas time. I listened to that all the time. Dad and I are.
And from Fort Payne, Alabama, Merry Christmas tonight.
Well, I mentioned.
Rebecca and I would call the radio station, get the radio station to play it.
Did you know this? I want to tell you this. You know that happened to me a couple of years ago, where I couldn't make it to the bonfire on the
They called
in the neighborhood, and they called me up on the telephone, and all of that group of guys were down there singing that song.
Oh.
But they changed the verse to Crow Hill.
They changed the verse to and from Crow Hill, Alabama, Merry Christmas to you.
Sweet.
Yeah. I tell you, that opened my heart right there.
That's probably these are things that occur to me and nobody else. But the first songs you remember, I can also remember.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus.
Well, I remember all the the Christmas songs, but my parents were not big music people. They were too busy, I guess, raising a family. But I remember 2 8-track tapes they had in their bedroom. It's a very vague, and they were classics. Yeah. It was the Beatles, the one with Hey Jude on it, and then it was Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. And I remember hearing them listening to those songs.
Jesus loves me, just this I know, 'cause the Bible tells me so. That was the first song I remember.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of people, yep.
It's still my favorite song.
I grew up with 2 sisters, so any song in Greece, I grew up listening to.
Yeah, there.
Oh, yeah.
My sisters watch Grease like once a week.
Yeah.
You know, that movie has been passed down. Our kids now know all the songs from Grease. Isn't that something?
It was a fun show. It really was.
It stood the test of time, didn't it?
Yo, we talked about
Travolta.
Travolta.
John Travolta.
You know, he was quite a talent, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Or still is.
Oh, he still is. He's alive.
Yeah.
You know, I've read the backstory on Grease, and the guy that was his second-hand man in that gang he had been the lead on the play. Grease was the play, and he thought he should get the lead, and they gave it to John Travolta, of course.
And that guy was ugly as he didn't have the face for it. I don't think. Is that right?
Well, the number 2 guy in the gang, had the girlfriend that he was pretty good, but. That the casting directors did the right job giving the lead to John Travolta.
Yeah.
And Olivia Newton-John.
And the rest is history, yeah.
Although I made this point to my wife the other day, that made her even a bigger star. Everybody loved Olivia Newton, but here's what happened to her. Remember the last scene of the movie, she gets in the black leather tights and she sings this kind of upbeat rock song?
Yeah.
Well, after that, that's the type of music she kind of sang. But before that, it was just sweet little wholesome songs. And that was really the better Olivia Newton-John. She should have stuck to that.
She never really hit big after the
briefly after Grease, she was, but then it went downhill.
Yeah. And is she still living?
Yeah, she's battled cancer for several years.
Yeah, I know it.
We ought to talk about this. They're talking about how they're going to probably go to a 9-game schedule once Texas and Oklahoma joins. But, people need to realize they're not joining the conference till 2025.
Oh, boy, that is a lot.
We all assumed it would be sooner, yeah.
So they're trying to figure out, who Auburn's games will be against. I guess, their rivalries over the years. Alabama always plays Tennessee. Who will Auburn's rivalry be? And I mean, it's one of those type of things. Scheduling is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
But it's one of those type of things in the SEC where you're going to have 16 teams now.
Yeah.
I mean, how in the world are you even going to play some of these teams? It might be 8 or 9 years before you play everybody.
I think it needs to be 10.
Right now, they need to stick a poster up outside the dressing room at Pike Liberal Arts and say, "We want you. We want you. We want players." And hopefully they're going to get some.
I've made this point several times about the SEC going to a 9-game schedule. Might end up being 10 games because TV drives all this. ESPN wants games that they can get 4 million viewers. I've looked it up. That's the magic number. Yeah. I tell you, that's going to hurt the Troys and the mid-majors because they're not going to be able to get these games like we have against Ole Miss next year. Are going to might still get a once in a blue moon get them, but they're not going to be every year that you can.
I'll make that announcement again. Troy and Ole Miss kick it off at 3:00 from Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford. That's a 3:00 kick on the SEC.
Well, let's think about what that game means for Troy.
A lot of people think Auburn's going to move to the East as well in the SEC. So, because once you bring in Oklahoma and you bring in Texas, those teams will definitely be in the West.
Let me expound on my point. Troy's playing Ole Miss. That's a big, prestigious game, and here's why it's important to Troy. One, it gets us on the SEC network. That's pretty much national exposure.
Yeah.
2, it's going to get us about $1 million for our athletic department.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of important.
Yeah, very important. Yeah.
And 3, it gives you a chance to make a victory that will win a game that will make a national splash and put you on the.
That's right. Early in the season. Yeah.
So you take away those games in the future, you lose all 3 of those possibilities.
Yeah. I'll take a look at this, and every game. There's not the only game. The only team that I think will not be and I'm not going to throw them out either. But you look at the Sun Belt Conference, and there's not really a weakling in that group of teams. No. They're all very competitive teams.
Well, that's a good counterpoint to what I just said. I've got no doubt that the Troys and the Louisiana Monroes are not going to be able to play these premier blue blood games in the future as much. But the good thing is they're in a good conference as it is, and the fans ought to have interest in playing Southern Miss, Marshall,
that's right,
Georgia Southern. That's still good.
They'll know where they're from.
Troy's got 92 days, 6 hours, 35 minutes, and 42 seconds.
Oh, say that one more time.
92 days, 6 hours, 35 minutes, and now 32 seconds.
All right, and people are getting more and more excited about it.
I can tell y'all.
Troy at Ole Miss, and then the next week at home against Alabama A&M. The game that's really going to be tough, though, is after that they got to go to the mountains and play in Boone, North Carolina against Appalachian State. That'll be a tough road trip.
I want to go up there and see that.
That would be fun. You want to drive up there? You can drive me up there.
Yeah, okay, I will. I do. Yeah,
the fall foliage.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I would like to.
What date is that game again?
September 17th.
Yeah,
well, that's a little early, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but it would.
I guarantee you, it's going to be chilly up there. I think it's 3,600 feet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful campus. I've been up there before.
My father-in-law and mother-in-law, they live next door to the tight ends coach at Troy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, and then they told me the other day that he had all his players over for a cookout. He cooked them cheeseburgers and stuff.
Yeah,
And Frank went over there and he said, well, this is my neighbor. And so the coach is a great guy, introduced him, and Frank gave him a little pep talk.
Yeah.
But I asked Frank, I said, well, I said,
Evan McKissick.
I don't know, I need to learn his name.
Yeah, that's it. That's who it is.
He's been busy recruiting and doing this football camp.
He was here last year, Mike. He was on staff last year.
No, he was at Kentucky.
What now? Oh, he's a player.
Well, no, he played at Troy. He was a great player that played at Troy from Hoover.
Yeah.
Played center at Troy. Started. He only weighed like 260 pounds and started Division I.
I know, that was amazing.
Well, I asked Frank, I said, well, did the football players look like football players? And he said, oh, yeah. They said they were big and strong, and said they were all polite, and it was a good report.
So he's added a little life to the neighborhood.
I mean, he's got a flagpole that has an American flag, and then right under it he has his Troy University flag.
You mean the coach?
The coach.
That's great.
Frank just added a flagpole in front of his house with an American flag on it.
Well, that's good.
You need to just look at. When you look at Troy's schedule, you need to look at it this way: Ole Miss bowl team played in the Sugar Bowl, App State bowl team, Marshall went to a bowl, Western Kentucky went to a bowl. Let's see, Louisiana Lafayette went to a bowl game. Army went to a bowl game last year. So all those teams went to bowls. The Troy is on Troy's schedule this year.
How many is that? About
it's
7?
It's tough.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, just from the looks of that huge camp, and it's a lot going on right now. And most of the players are going to summer school, so they'll be practicing all summer long.
You know, with Fort Rucker being down the road, and Army playing Troy on November the 12th, Troy has never realistically, I can say, ever sold out Memorial Stadium. I think they've come close, like 28, 5. Mm-hmm. They've never filled it up to 30,000. You think of the military, Army coming to town, would that be the first sellout ever?
Yeah, probably the same.
If they'll allow all or make it a mandate for all the servicemen at Fort Rucker to come to the game.
Yeah, they will probably.
Yeah, no question.
You know what I think about it? I have always watched this carefully, like y'all have. I'd love to see the stadium completely full, and it's been closed.
Nobody ever sits down.
Nobody sits. That is such a. If everybody, if you made it mandatory and got a SWAT team out there and said everybody go take all the tailgaters come in, all the people standing up in the end zone, all the people standing under the upper deck, go sit in your dang seat. We're going to get a picture from a blimp or a drone. Get your class picture, and then go wander. But don't you think there would have been some games if everybody took a seat? It would have been. It would have been full.
Exactly. We hope you've enjoyed our show today. We have, and we talk back and forth about different issues and things that are going on in our community. I noticed that the Hooks Barbecue is busy with their new addition on the square in downtown Troy. I'm tickled about that. And there's a lot going on in downtown Troy, and Rice is going to give us a whole report about it next Monday right here on this show. We hope that you've enjoyed our show, brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass, where they've got great sales going on. Remember, nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody. And also, Troy Bank and Trust Company. Remember, Troy Bank and Trust Company is the only bank you'll ever need. We'll see you Monday morning, bright and early, for Today in L.A.
Hey, Jim Jackson, Bill Jackson Ford here in Troy, Alabama, where not only can you get the best price on a new Ford, but we can also get you exactly what you're looking for. We all know inventories are low right now, but don't settle for something you don't love. Come by Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, and let us walk you through the retail order process and get you exactly what you're looking for. So come see us at Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
The all-new Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center brings all of the latest and advanced 3D mammography and breast ultrasound services to the Troy area in our all-new outpatient facility. Dr. Lauren Thorington, along with our team of certified breast specialists, read your mammograms, which are performed by our registered radiologic technologists, bringing the best in women's healthcare to the Troy area. Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain Grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create